Good morning. I'm Lynn, and welcome to Willow's Agri Services. This morning we got up early because we had to return some extra seeds we had. Arnie had bought so much, just in case. We always buy a little bit more for planting, just in case we run out. So we had leftovers. They're all being returned right now to the mill. And then we'll be heading back home. We stopped to have a little breakfast on the way here, and then we're gonna start chores. Okay, we're back at the farm. We're just gonna feed this little guy because we're a little bit late. He's got no bandages on his legs and looks pretty mobile to me and right up on his tippy toes. You'd never even know he had a problem. That's quite the remarkable recovery, sweetheart. He's excited. Be gentle with him. There's that happy tail. Right up on his tippy toes. See that? Even the joints on his knees have all the swelling's gone down because we treated him quickly. Here's my little Dorset ram lamb that I really like. While Arnie's finishing feeding him, I'm going to go do the salt and minerals, and then we'll head over to the coveralls. While I'm out here with the ewes, I'd like to clarify something a little bit. We got the ewes out to pasture here, and as you can see, that's basically a cluster of the white ones, and the cluster of the black faces just went out over here in general. But I was saying that sometimes I think that confinement is better and healthier for the sheep than being out on pasture. But there is a caveat with that. Like, I'm always assuming that everyone has barns like we do. These coveralls, which have curtains to the ground and ventilation all through them and are like being outside. You get the breezes, the fresh air, and stuff like that, but they have a trough. That's the only difference. You have a trough and you have a little umbrella over top to keep the conditions off you. But if you were to have one of those old dungeon barns, no, I would definitely say I would rather have them out on pasture than in one of those barns all year round. But if you had a coverall, or you had an old barn but you had curtains to the ground so that it was like being outdoors except without the parasites and predators, then I would think that you might be safer in keeping your sheep healthy with those barns. But it's like anything. Like, there is never a black and white. There are always variations on everything. So because I was looking at a dairy barn, and I was remembering our old dairy barns, the tie stall barns. They were really dark, very few windows, so you'd have lights on, and the cows are literally tied into their stalls 24 hours a day with electric zappers at the end of the stall so that they don't step out. They'll get zapped with a zap of electricity if they do. And to me, that's cruelty to animals. It's torture. Sorry for anyone who has that, but we had it, and it was torture. It was horrible, but that's what everyone had in the day. But I see the new dairy barns now where they have the little scratch posts like we do out here for the sheep, right over there. And the cows are allowed to run around the barns, and if they want to get milked, they feel the urge that they're full up and they want a little treat, They walk into the parlor or the little machine, the robot, by themselves and get milked. But the rest of the day they're running around. They have curtains to the ground, but the curtains are raised and lowered depending on the conditions. I mean, it's like a luxury barn. It's like the cows are all outside, except they're indoors. Those barns, it's hard to complain about the dairy system when you have your cows in a setup like that, because to me they're just a beautiful setup, and they're designed for cow comfort and cow health. And I think the same with the sheep. I think the new barns nowadays that are designed, the coverall buildings and similar to the dairy style type barns, you can have beautiful accommodations for sheep indoors where they're actually healthier and better maintained than being outdoors. I know it is a controversial topic, but I do find that the confinement people really get poo-pooed on a lot for being cruel to animals. And because we do both, I don't see the cruelty to animals in the confinement systems unless they are in dark, dingy, dirty, overcrowded conditions. And that's cruel for anything. And if you had them outside in muddy, dirty, overcrowded conditions, it would be bad too. So everything, you have to take a little bit of everything and be a little more tolerant of people's different methods, because nothing is black and white. Nothing is what it appears to be. People seem to assume that animals want to be outdoors, but inevitably those cow operations and operations like ours, in conditions where there is pasture available, the sheep are free to go out, and they are going out very happily now. They want to be out there, but I can see that today it's starting to get a little warmer now, and I'm guessing that by the afternoon all of them are going to be indoors or laying in the shade around the buildings. Already I can see they've come back, and I see that with the cows too. If they have the choice between the two scenarios, they go out in ideal conditions, but most of the time in this world, nothing is ideal. And in those less than ideal conditions, the animals themselves choose to come indoors. Another funny thing while I'm out here watching these two girls, they put their heads down like that. And if you watch the sheep in the field or in the barns or wherever they are at this time of year, we've got flies and wasps and bees coming around. You'll see them all walking with their heads down to the ground, or they'll be flicking their heads back and forth as if they're really nervous, like something really scary is going on. And it's usually a fly. They just can't stand the flies. And they'll be twitching and you'll think, what's wrong with her? What's wrong with her? Why is she acting like that? And it's always a bug. I got another load of sheep coming in here now too. They don't like the heat. They'll come in now and they'll stay in here until evening when the temperatures start to cool, and then they'll all run back out to the pasture for a nice final grazing and a romp around. But you see they're panting already. It's like humans. I mean, if we have a swimming pool and an umbrella and stuff, we'll lay out in the sun and catch some rays. But if we didn't have the umbrella or the swimming pool, or a chance to go in where it's cooler, we would very quickly not like being stuck in the sunshine with bugs flying around us and no break from the elements. Animals are the same. There, I just finished cleaning the drinkers and doing the salt and mineral in here. And as you can see, pretty well everyone is in here right now. They're going even under the feeders because they think that it's shadier and cooler under there. Because when they were lambs, they learned that It's warmer and cozier under there too, so it's kind of a go-to area for the sheep. It's not cooler in there, but they think that. Sometimes they're not the brightest, but they all are in. So what I just wanted people to think about, because on the emotional level for people, I think we like to see animals out in pasture in their natural habitat running around and not in barns, which feels more industrial and doesn't feel warm and cozy like the old farm life. But those are human sensibilities. If you truly care about the animals and their comfort and their health, you gotta think like an animal and think what they would actually like. And they don't want blaring sun on them, except in rare conditions. They don't want rain pouring on them. They don't want to be laying in mud outside. They don't want to be in bitter winds and all kinds of conditions. They don't want bugs all over them. So you gotta think like an animal. Animals do like to run outside, but I think they like the freedom and just the exercise part of it. But they are very, very quick to come home. Just finished mowing the lawn and I'm coming to feed little Lazy Legs. We'll see how fast he can run now without his little braces on. Lazy Legs, are you in here? Are you in here? Hi! Hi, sweetheart. Coming out? Come on out. There you go. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Look at how well you walk. Come here. Oh my goodness. Not even a stagger. Oh, you're really special now, buddy. Look at those legs. They're perfect now. They are. Come here. What are you doing? You're just being silly, I think. No. Any more? Come on. You're being a little finicky. Yeah, you're being a little finicky. Are you drinking off your mom? Is that why you're not so hungry? Is it 'cause you're a little stud now with those good legs? Where are you going? Where are you going exactly? Your mom's this way. Hey, buddy, where are you going? Where are you going now? Is that your mom over there? You look really nice. I've got you targeted for a keeper ram. And then we got another one way over here laying with Mom. All the rest are asleep under the feeders. That's Lazy Legs or Linus or whatever he's going to be called. And that's his mom. She's a good mom. And that's Lazy Legs now nursing off his mom. Oh, no, sorry. I thought it was. I thought, oh, I caught him. It's a good thing. But no, that's the mom with the twins. She's got two on her there. This is Lazy Legs and his mom up front. Oh well. So someone the other day was asking if I had found any snappy rams as keepers. And I'm just about to go into the barn where we separated off the February lambs. But right now I'm in the March lamb group. And see this ram right here? This is a snappy ram. I'm kind of liking him quite a bit here. He's just a young lad and is already growing in really nicely. He's going to be a big boy. And I think this guy might be a snappy ram too. Hi, buddy. Hi. Are you pretty? You're really pretty. Hi, Cammy. I can't get this guy's tag number, but I swear that he's either Snappy or Geronimo. Hi, what is your tag number? I think it's 564. I'm gonna go check to see who you are right now. Actually, when I checked his tag, it looks like he's a registered ram from Fallon, but the bonus is that he's actually a triplet. Hi, buddy. You're going to get bonus points for being a triplet. Normally, I don't care if it's a triplet, but when it's a triplet the size of a single, then I'm looking at him a lot differently. This is a lamb that's done extremely well. I don't even remember having this many triplets, but because we foster them on, I feel like they're just having twins, but I've scanned quite a few recently and found that we had more triplets than I recall. Usually triplets are problems for me because I'm bottle feeding them, but I'm definitely not bottle feeding you, honey. Hey, don't you want to be a friend? I might put a dot on you. Yeah, liking him a lot. It is afternoon right now when I'm doing my checks, and as you can see, there's no sheep out in the fields. There's a bunch laying here by the walls, and when I walk in here, there they all are. Thought I'd come in and check all the barns while I'm out here. Hi, buddy. You're looking mighty handsome. Hi, you guys. How are you guys all feeling? These guys are just heading out. Most of them are lying around back here in the shade here. Hi, is it nice and shady back here? Ben, don't be bothering them. So I found a snappy ram out here the other day. From a distance I'm not seeing him, but there's another really nice guy in here. And when I scanned him, he was a snappy ram. Hi, buddy. Hi, girls. Besides the girls over here. Hi, Looney, you're in here too, and you got a red dot on you. Of course you do. Of course you have a red dot. We wouldn't forget that with you. We wouldn't. Because we know you need a red dot. And I see you have a red dot too. There's a really pretty Dorset face. Hey, sweetheart, turn around. There we go. I guess when Arnie gets back from rolling, he's not going to be too happy about that. That's all the plastic wrap for the wrapper, for wrapping hay. And normally when the feed dealer comes, they put it in that room right there to keep it dry. And they stacked it all up outside. And it's supposed to rain tomorrow. So that means Arnie's got to move it all. And that's a pain in the neck. So this year we're kind of behind in planting our vegetables and stuff because the weather's just been so cold and just not conducive to planting things. But I finally got this vegetable little patch here where we plant a few stuff all weeded out. And the funny thing is, my spinach here, like, it's really nice. And then last year when I grew this, it literally wouldn't grow. So I got no spinach from it. So it got left in the dirt and it overwintered and it actually grew. I'm about to pick some for dinner tonight. It's gonna go with my salmon. And then same with some of my, well, I got a little thing of lettuce too that somehow overwintered. These are things that aren't supposed to overwinter. And then I got my sage here. It overwintered and it looks like it's actually gonna flower. I didn't even know sage did flower. I'm a novice at this kind of stuff. And then I got some thyme that seems to have come back as well. And some oregano. So that's kind of different. I didn't know that. So right now I finished weeding. I'm gonna pick some spinach for Din Din and head on it over to the house. Okay, got my spinach. And I guess it's time to head into the house and cook dinner. Arnie's just finishing off some rolling. And most of my afternoon was spent in the garden mowing the lawns again. I like to mow before it rains, and they say we've got a chance of rain again tomorrow. So that's what I did today. I got all my front gardens weeded, and I've got a good start on my gardens in the backyard as well. Getting there. It's a long process.
So I was out rolling all the bean fields today. It's going to rain tonight. Well, they say it's going to rain tomorrow tonight. So I ordered a bunch of feed supplies in the morning to try to keep things moving. And I just got done rolling, talking to Lynn. Lynn's probably not going to put this up because I'm going to say some nasty things here. So I get home and I'm going to start doing some haying. So I look at this pile here, and a guy that's driving the truck, I guess, didn't know what to do with the plastic and leaves it right here on a pile outside where it's going to rain tonight. So, I mean, I don't know how many farmers get supplies and just leave it out in the yard. But I'll tell you how dumb this is. So he's got it sitting here, the bird seed on top there. I mean, maybe he thinks it's a plastic bag, it won't get wet. I don't know. But this is how dumb he is. I'm going to use the word dumb. I shouldn't use that word, but I'm going to use that word dumb. So he leaves the plastic right in the middle of the yard here. I've got to pick it up now. A whole skid of plastic. But he brings the rest of the supplies. So he puts salt in the barn. He puts all the mineral in the barn. See, it's gonna keep dry. And then I ordered 1 ton of protein for the lambs. He puts all that inside. Okay. And you'd think he would just look around like this and say, oh, gee, there's some old plastic, and we'll just stack the plastic right here inside. You would think he would do that. But maybe he was looking at that was extra work for him. But he stacks it all out here. So then you say, well, maybe he couldn't make a good decision. So, I mean, the rule of thumb is you don't leave anything outside, it's going to get wet. I mean, no one buys anything. So you look around, you got, well, gee, there's a garage. Well, maybe we could have stacked it in the back of the truck. Or maybe we could have put the plastic in the house. I mean, I would have been upset if it was in the house, but at least it would have been dry. But you would have looked at this building and said, well, we can put the plastic here. No. We got a lean-to here. Maybe we can put the plastic under this lean-to. No, that would be too simple. Too simple. So then you say, well, where am I going to put the plastic? Well, let's go and look over here. Well, we got some fertilizer on the wagon here, so maybe I'll put the plastic on the wagon, and then when Arnie gets home, he can just drive the wagon in the garage somewhere. No, that's too simple. Here's another place we could dump the plastic. You could dump it in my shop, which is a total mess anyhow. I mean, no harm done. The whole place is a junk, messy junk anyhow, so dump the plastic in there. Put the plastic over there, maybe. Maybe put it in the coveralls. Oh, look. Here's another spot we could have put the plastic. It may be not the right spot, but at least it'll be under the roof, eh? No. That'd just be too simple. And the worst thing about it is, he brings the plastic in, and just around the corner over there, I'm rolling in the field. I watched him. He actually waves at me when he leaves. Lynn's mowing the grass. If he doesn't know where to put the plastics, just ask Lynn. Lynn could have told him where to put it. But no, he leaves it right there. But I'm just kind of venting out here. And yeah, I'm going to have to pick this up. And normally, I would phone up the company and say, you know, really, the guy could have did a better job than that. But this is the company that I deal with that has bought out all the small companies. So he's the only company left for me to pretty well get farm supplies from. So I really got to hold my tongue. And last fall, we were combining our barley. And we loaded up a transport of barley. And I said to the driver, I said, when are you coming back? And the driver says, I don't know when I'm coming back. So I phoned up the office and I said, I'm going to go home and do my chores and do my work in the farm. And I can't wait in the field, I said. So when you come, give me a call on my cell phone and I'll race back to the field and we'll fill up the next truckload of grain. And do you know the response I got? Oh, Arnie, it's okay for us to wait, not you. I don't know where that came from. Okay. So guess what happened? I went home, I was doing my chores, the truck showed up, the truck sat on the road for 45 minutes doing nothing. They couldn't call my cell phone and say, gee, Arnie, the truck's there, kind of a no-brainer, okay? Instead, about 45 or an hour later, I get a call from the boss. He's calling me everything in the book because I'm not in the field, and I don't say too much. So I said, I'm going to the field. I go to the field and the truck leaves. This is the kind of people we're dealing with. But anyways, it is what it is. I find every day life is a challenge. Because every day I make mistakes and I learn off them and I don't do it again. So I find life's a challenge. This is bad. I guess it could have been way worse. I guess he could have left it on the road. Or he could have left it right in the middle of my driveway where I couldn't get home. Could have been worse. But anyways, this is what we're dealing with. Well, that's Arnie today, and this is not Lynn's comments. This is my comments. This is me venting out. And I'm going to call it a good night. I'm going to pick that plastic up. So I'll talk to you later.
I haven't peeked at what Arnie just videotaped, but to end the day today, I'm going to show you what I did with my spinach. So I've got the spinach, that whole thing, it just cooks down like to nothing barely. So I mix it with some onions and mushrooms and garlic. And then I'm going to add some sour cream to make kind of like a little sauce with it. We're going to have rice as well. We got the salmon ready to go in. And I made an blueberry crumble for dessert. So that's, I know it's kind of weird, but inquiring minds often ask what we eat. So that's the type of thing we are eating. I got some water boiling right now because I'm going to have peach ginger tea. And those are the lilacs from our bushes outside. And then I got some corn in this little vase that grew on our farm last fall, and some of the beans are still here too in a vase. So I try to make use of all the stuff that grows around the farm for decorating or art. I got some of our barley back up there too. So we use everything. So anyway, I've got dinner to finish off and a tea to drink. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. I hope you enjoyed your day at Ewetopia Farms. And please join us again tomorrow for the next episode. And don't forget to subscribe and give us a like, send us a comment, and please let your friends know about us too. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. Bye for now.